Welcome back to the beginning, prior to my awakening. I'm your host, Mental Stimulant, the Divine Empress. I'm coming through with some information. Um, like I always do, I tell y'all that being a spiritualist and being a teacher, I am not perfect. I'm flesh and blood, having a human experience like everyone else. I am, in fact, someone that God has chosen to be truthful, to be honest, and be transparent. Every step of my journey, I've tried to share everything that I've learned, everything that I've been taught, my little stressors, my strengths and weaknesses. I've been trying to be very transparent about. Initially early on, when I quit smoking and drinking and all of those things, I took on a pescatarian diet, which was only eating fish and vegetables, not really eating meat, but eating like seafood, just fish. And I smoked for the great part of my life. It was a very habit that took prayer and the will of God for me to really quit smoking. Drinking, believe it or not, for me, alcohol was easier than anything else. And it was one of my vices that I liked. I liked drinking. Anybody that knew me knew I was a drinker, but it was the easiest for me to put down. Uh, Over the last 4 or 5 years, at different times, it's been easier for different areas of my life in the journey than it has with others. You know, just like I was a person that drank alcohol, I was also a person that was an avid meat eater. I think I had burgers almost every day for a great period of my life. I'm a big cheeseburger eater. I have always been that way since I was young. So just like smoking, drinking, and all of those things, my other vice was meat, cheeseburgers. And being on my journey, I found it the most difficult because I also think it was one of those things that emotional eaters do. Sometimes I clung to different things that I like to eat to self soothe myself. And beef, cheeseburgers, steak, things of that nature was always one of my go tos. Um, and throughout my journey, I whined and complained about it. Not being able to eat burgers, not being able to eat steak tips and things that I liked, being left with only the things that were bland that I didn't want to eat, trying to recondition myself to eat a way I have never eaten, you know. Uh, so I was putting up a bit of a stink about it over the last 4 or 5 years. I've been complaining. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm like, in prayer, I asked Father, like, yo, I didn't put down cigarettes. I didn't put down weed. I didn't put down alcohol. I didn't put down sex. I didn't put down all these things. I can't have a cheeseburger. Like, I just can't have a cheeseburger. Like, I don't see the big deal about this. I didn't put down all of these things, a cheeseburger. And I think for a bit of time he was ignoring me because he was letting me stupor in my pouting. Today, out of all days, I'm in an establishment today. The day before yesterday, I was doing some fasting. After my fast, I decided, you know what? I'm going to give me a cheeseburger. And I guess the creator said, this is a teachable moment. I'm going to teach you layman term like you like to request that I do so, and I'm going to break it down to the simplest form to you. And most times in prayer, when I talk to the creator, I ask that it be broken down in simplest forms because sometimes I may not get it, you know? So this is the time where I was being told, you see how you feel after I had that cheeseburger. Mind you, I haven't been eating meat. Not like that. Not that. Not cheeseburgers, not beef or anything like that. So after I ate it, and it was real good too. I'm not lying. It was very good, just like I remember. But I began to feel that itis, that we used to be so fond of back in the day. And I'm like, I feel so heavy. I feel immobile, like I can't really get nothing done. All I want to do is go to sleep. Like it stifled me, you know? And in that moment, feeling like that, I'm lugging around that weight and I'm feeling miserable because I'm too full and I haven't been that full. Like I haven't had that feeling in years. And I'm walking around dragging this weight around like, golly, I want to go to sleep. I was reminded, you see how you feel? It's not productive. You're agitated because you're uncomfortable in your body because you got this dead carcass sitting inside of your body. Then he began to explain to me further. You going to sleep. When we sleep, we're not asleep. Our physical body has to sleep. Our spiritual body does not sleep. Our spiritual body is active while the physical body is sleeping. Our spiritual man is still working when we're sleeping. When you eat these things, you hinder your spiritual man and the work that the spiritual part of you is supposed to be doing when your physical body is sleeping. You stifle the connection to the creator, whereas in your day-to-day, those warnings, those inclinations, those safety precautions that the creator is trying to give you throughout your waking life, you cannot get because you cannot hear. Because you didn't bound up your spiritual man, your receptors, your connection to the creator to where you can't even hear when he's trying to warn you. Because you're bogged down with all of these toxic things in your physical temple. All of this stuff works hand in hand. All of it severs your connection between you and the creator. And it's by design, actually.